Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. It is official. Google searches for the phrase how to trade gold. They are now back at the highest level in over a decade. Now, of course, this comes as no surprise considering the current macroeconomic backdrop that is fueling a perfect storm for gold, firmly positioning the metal as one of the best performing assets of 2024. At the beginning of the year, analysts at the Gold and Silver Club, they officially dubbed 2024 the year of the metals, and now we're starting to see why. Fast forward 9 months into the year, it's fair to say that gold is not just having a great year, but in fact, it is the world's favorite precious metal, having one of its best years ever. As gold prices, they continue their unstoppable run, scaling to new all-time record highs for a fourth consecutive quarter in a row. Conclusive evidence shows that we are in the early stages of a new historic supercycle for gold. Gold has been on a parabolic run since last October, rallying from 1,800 US dollars per ounce to score back-to-back all-time record highs. Gold has now set all-time record highs 33 times so far in 2024, and by the time you finish watching this video, the rally could easily be a lot higher. On Monday, gold prices they skyrocketed to all-time record highs of 2,590 US dollars per ounce, surpassing the precious metal's previous all-time record high. The yellow metal is now up 31% from its February low of $1,984 per ounce, but even more remarkably, gold prices they've now chalked up a whopping gain of almost 44% since October. Gold's record-breaking run has been nothing short of extraordinary. Never in history have we seen the precious metal score multiple all-time record highs in such a short period of time. The big question now is how high will gold prices go this year? The answer to that question that can come from the Federal Reserve's hotly awaited September FOMC monetary policy meeting that takes place this week, the most highly anticipated week of the year and quite possibly the most pivotal moment in monetary policy history that is finally here, as Fed policymakers they prepare to announce their first interest rate cut in over 4 years. With a September rate cut, which is all but assured, traders are now shifting their attention to the size of the Fed's rate cut on September the 18th. The choice facing Fed officials is whether to start easing gradually or to front load rate cuts. There's no denying that the Federal Reserve, they face a tricky balancing act with pressure building on policymakers to get this consequential decision right. The stakes are definitely high and the Federal Reserve, they cannot afford to get this decision wrong, just like they did back in 2021 with their misguided insistence of transitory inflation. The Fed's success will ultimately hinge on how quickly it can return monetary policy to a more neutral setting that neither represses nor spurs growth. If it eases too fast, the Federal Reserve, they risk elevated inflation becoming entrenched. On the flip side, if the Federal Reserve, if they move too slow, they could find themselves behind the curve, which could drive up unemployment and tip the economy into recession. Communication is going to be everything and will be equally as important as the decision the Fed make on the size of their first rate cut. If the Federal Reserve, if they decide on 25 basis point cut, they will need to be clear that they're not just hopelessly behind the curve and oblivious to what is going on in the economy. If the Fed decides on a 50 basis point cut, they'll need to be clear that they're not on a really fast march towards neutral. Whichever way you look at it, one thing is clear. The Federal Reserve is treading an increasingly fine line as it weighs on how aggressively to cut interest rates. Regardless of whether they opt for a traditional quarter point cut or go big with a jumbo-sized half-point cut on September the 18th, they could very easily go wrong either way. Additionally, looming over the Fed and the world's largest economy is the upcoming US presidential election just 7 weeks after September's rate decision. The Republican candidate and former President Donald Trump, he has warned the Fed not to cut interest rates before the election, whilst Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren has pressured officials to lower rates by 75 basis points. Extraordinary times, they of course create extraordinary opportunities. And right now, as traders, we are living in some of the most exciting and rewarding times ever. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out, on some of the biggest trading events so far this year, and you still want to make 2024 your best ever, now is the time to take action. With everything that is currently unfolding on the global macro front, 2024, it is officially on track to be one of the Gold and Silver Club's biggest and most profitable years in our 15-year history. Our clients have already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns so far this year, and we're only at the beginning of September. To put that another way, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, they have already made more money this year than they made in the entire 12 months of last year. What we're seeing right now, it's nothing short of extraordinary. It's times like these that make millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a second replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. Right now, you have an opportunity to make the final 4 months of 2024 your biggest and best yet, which, based on our research, it is going to be another blockbuster period due to all the current macroeconomic events that are currently unfolding. Definitely do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months from now. Here at the Gold and Silver Club, we're consistently banking over 10,000 points profit per month, which we have transparently documented throughout our weekly videos. If you're trading at one lot, that's $100,000, or if you're trading at 10 lots, that's $1 million. As you can see from our testimonials, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They have already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we still have another 4 months left to go. All of our clients, they've already been fully briefed, prepared, and ready to make the final 4 months of the year their biggest and best yet. If you want to join them in making the remainder of 2024 your best and most rewarding year ever, go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. Firstly, let's move over to Palladium. Absolutely immense move on this market in the last week. We saw over a 13% breakout to the upside just last week, which actually enabled us with our clients at the Gold and Silver Club alongside our oil positions to bank over 10,000 points profit on Palladium and also crude oil. Huge move to the upside last week, breaking above the price swing highs. You can see now we're back at $1,073 per ounce. We were banging the drum with you on Palladium back in August. Massive opportunity to be buying it all the way down at 820, 830, 850. Even sub $900 per ounce. Of course, the rest is history. We've broken all the way out to $1,085 per ounce to start off the week here. It has been a hugely profitable position and fast profits at that as well. Some of the best opportunities you could have had to enter into this trade, they were just 1 month ago at the beginning of August. Since then, of course, we've had a massive impulse move higher. We've managed to break all the way out back towards the price swing highs here. Essentially, over the last month, we've broken out over 2,700 points. So if you've also stacked into the position like we did at the Gold and Silver Club, we built into half a dozen positions. Very simply, if you're then banking over 2,000 points profit per trade, very straightforward to then bank a windfall amount of profit and lock in 10,000 points profit on a breakout like we've seen back towards the 6-month high. So that has been absolutely immense on Palladium. Now let's move it over to, of course, crude oil. So we talked you through this time last week a massive opportunity to be buying oil down at 67, 66, and 65 US dollars per barrel. So again, we had that impulse move higher we had been discussing with you. If you look at it from the lows that were formed at the beginning of the week on Tuesday to where we broke out on Friday, it was a 500-point move. This comes back to the point that Goldman Sachs have been making here all year. We are now in the golden age of trading. It is not long-term buy and hold. Very simply, you want to capitalize on these very fast impulse moves higher here. We've had 3 days of consecutive gains here. So very simply, we're taking the opportunity to get out of further profit on the breakout on Thursday through to Friday, protect trades, and essentially bank a windfall amount of profit alongside our Palladium trades with crude oil as well. So that's been a massive opportunity to capitalize on here in the last week with crude oil. Now, alongside that, we maintain our core positions here on both gold and silver as we head into Wednesday's FOMC statement. So essentially, I'm looking to see whether we can get a break back above the previous highs here that were tested back in May. If so, yes, I'm looking to scale out a further profit here on silver. Gold will remain long as it continues to break out to all-time record highs. Of course, we don't need to buy it at these high levels. We maintain our core positions on here on both gold and also silver. And very simply, if we get a further breakout to all-time record highs into and after the FOMC statement, I would be looking to use that as exit liquidity for both gold and silver, especially silver. If we can get a break back above the 32.80 zone here, that would propel it very likely back to the highest levels that we've seen in over 9 months, and therefore I would look to start scaling out a profit and using the FOMC statement and potential for large volatility off the back of that for exit liquidity. And of course, whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a second replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. If you want to maximize your money-making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast-moving markets, then you need to adapt your strategy to the current market conditions. Most importantly, utilize a professional, research-driven, and artificial intelligence-powered approach. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success, it's not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data, and cutting-edge artificial intelligence insights to make confident decisions with accuracy and precision. There's a massive gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on outdated technical analysis and gimmicky technical indicators that do not work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of the bottom 99% and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it and making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you need to utilize a professional, artificial intelligence driven approach, or you will just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort, and you will have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these rapidly changing markets, you need to be constantly innovating and evolving. Technical analysis, outdated technical indicators, they won't work. Those days, they're long gone. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already stacked up massively against you. If you want to change your results, you have to change your thinking. If you want to learn our exclusive artificial intelligence powered approach that is never taught to retail traders but only reserved for professional traders in the banks and hedge funds with access to powerful game changing insights, including where the banks and hedge funds, where they're buying and selling in real time, alongside the key liquidity zones, so you can enter and exit the markets with pinpoint precision. Further compound that with the fundamentals, the macroeconomics, the capital flows, the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly real-time data-driven cycles and intermarket correlations, then you need to join our mentorship program. Right now, we are in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation that we have seen. If you want to successfully capitalize on these huge money-making opportunities and build significant life-changing wealth, there's no better time than now. If you want to upgrade your income, you have to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next 3, 6, or even 12 months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time, it is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private members academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below the report in the description, so just click on the link, make an application, and we will get in touch ASAP.